Just 1% of homes changed hands so far this year. So if you have a house for sale, good freaking luck. That's not looking like a good place to be if you are a home seller right now. And it makes total sense. And I gotta tell you a secret here. Jerome Powell wanted this to happen. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Jerome Powell really wanted to wreck the housing market, and that's exactly what is going on today. Hey, if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Ewell, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And today's episode is sponsored by Outlier.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why Outliers win. Now, this makes total sense if you think of it from a big picture perspective. Rates have gone up from basically 3% to 7, sometimes even 8% out in the marketplace right now. So that means your cost to finance a home has more than doubled, sometimes close to tripled what it cost a few years ago. And on top of that, home prices, at least in this article, which I think is understating the fact, home prices have gone up by over 40%. According to this article, I think it could be closer to 100, maybe 150% out there. Yeah, it says right here. Just 1% of all homes changed hands in the first half of this year, the lowest in a decade, according to data from Redfin. Only about 1 in every 14 in every 1,000 homes moved hands this last year. And a more active market would be closer to 40 or 50. So we're looking at a pullback of basically 3.5 times, so 300% less, if you want to think of it that way, number of homes that are being sold and changing hands than we were just a few years ago. This is a problem, but it's what Jerome Powell wanted. The main reason so few houses have sold is that people can't afford the higher mortgage rates. This makes total sense, right? Now, why are we looking to raise rates? I talk about this at least once a week. Why did Jerome Powell raise rates? By raising rates, it's making assets less affordable. This is fact, right? If I needed a $1,000 a month mortgage and now that mortgage costs me $1,500 a month, I can't afford that mortgage. So therefore, I'm not buying a new home. Now, how does the market fix this? Because that's, in a nutshell, what Jerome Powell is trying to do, is get the market to fix this. By raising rates, I can't afford that mortgage with the price as it is, so I'm going to have to lower the price to find buyers at that lower price. But that's not what we've seen. Prices have gone up. Interest rates have gone up. There's going to be a rebound point. I don't know where that's going to be. I don't know when or where, what's going to cause that. But homeowners are hunkering down and with their ultra low rates of 2, 3, or 4%, and they are put off about becoming a buyer with rates at 6 or 7%, right? The refinance incentive is gone. The moving incentive is gone. And the quick increase in mortgage rates has created an uphill battle for many Americans who want to buy a home, but they're locked up by low inventory, making the homes that do hit the market too expensive, right? There's not that many homes out there because the people who are in the homes, they don't want to sell. They don't want to have to go and finance a new home at 2.5 to 3 times higher. And it makes total sense, right? What people want are these move-in ready, mid-sized homes in neighborhoods with highly rated schools. Those are the hardest to find because for people to buy one, someone needs to sell one. That's not happening. And because of that, so many home buyers have low mortgage rates, they're not up and moving. And I'm like that. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and I don't blame them. Let's take a look at the outlier data for Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is one of the biggest banks out there and also carries a huge amount of mortgage exposure. And we can see we got a sell signal back on August 22nd for them. And Wells Fargo is definitely one to keep an eye on. I think if we start to see some issues in the mortgage space, this could be one that could be the canary in the coal mine, if you want to think of it. Because they do have such a large mortgage portfolio, they even started pulling back on some of their mortgage exposure earlier this year. And I think the reason being is that they're seeing the writing on the wall. Less people are taking these mortgages. Mortgages are becoming more and more unaffordable. And because of that, they don't want to be in that business. But they already have a huge amount of exposure there. So this is one to be watching. And an easy way to do that is by watching the outlier data. So that's the biggest stories of the day, right? We've got Tesla, which is rip roaring higher, and it makes total sense because their cars rock. Now, of course, I'm biased because I'm a Tesla owner. Next, Nvidia and Google, they're both ripping higher because of their AI partnership. And lastly, the only thing that's not ripping higher are home sales. Home prices are still ripping higher, but home sales, they are not. And because of that, the whole market is potentially on the verge of some issues. So do me a favor, hit the like button down below to let the algorithms know that you like this kind of content. We're here every day for you, bringing you the latest news and stock analysis to help you make better choices. And if you're ready to trade smarter, not harder, go to ovtlyr.com to find out why outliers win. Thank you so much for coming to today's episode, and I'll see you next time.